By now, you should be looking at your grade 10 checklist in CIS. If you are having difficulties finding these activities, please watch the CIS introduction video posted in Canvas. To begin, click on the blue step number 1. A new dialog box will appear where you can click on the blue edit pencil icon and update your personal information. This information will be used on your 11th grade checklist for resume purposes, so make sure it is accurate. When you have entered in all of the information, click Save, exit out of the dialog box, returning to your checklist. The final step to completing this activity is to check off the self-review box. Now you are ready to move on to step number 2, reality check. The purpose of this activity is to get you thinking about the type of lifestyle you want to live as an adult in relation to your salary and your finances. When you are ready, click Start Your Reality Check at the bottom. You will be asked a series of questions about how you want to live as an adult. For this activity, imagine you are 20 years in the future living the kind of life that you want. Unfortunately, you have to select a city in Oregon, so if you're planning on moving out of state, select your favorite city in the state of Oregon. To move on to the next question, select the green Next button at the bottom. Do this for all of the questions. At the very end of this activity, you'll be shown a breakdown of your finances. It will show your monthly expenses, annual expenses, and expenses in terms of federal and state tax. The very last number, total salary needed, is the annual salary that you will need to make each year to live this sort of lifestyle. When you have looked through your results and are done processing, click the Save at the top of the page and write a quick reflection about your thoughts on this activity. You might talk about any things that were surprising, whether or not the expenses were high or low in your mind, and whether or not you learned anything new. You must write a total of at least 20 words for this reflection activity to be considered complete. When you're done, click Save Information and return to your checklist by going My Portfolio Checklists. Now you are ready to move on to step number 3, updating your post-secondary goals. A new dialog box will appear and you will likely see a goal that you set last year. Do not delete any previous goals. Simply insert the new today's date, enter a new goal in, and click Save Information. The goal that you are writing refers to your goal after high school. It's not a goal that you have at this point in time, but rather a goal that you have when you finish high school and want to begin your career. You might talk about whether or not college is your pathway, maybe military is your pathway, trade school, whatever your goal is. Write at least 20 words for this activity to be considered complete and click Save Information. Then exit the dialog box and return to your checklist. Step number 4 is a similar activity where you are selecting the pathway that you are planning to do after high school. Check the options that you're planning to complete and click Save Information. Exit and return to your checklist. Step number 5 is a goal that you have right now. So this is an academic goal that you have for your current classes or current school year. Just like the other reflection, do not erase any goals that were set last year. Instead, hit Enter, insert today's date, and write at least 20 words about a goal that you have for this school year. When you are done, click Save Information and exit the dialog box. Finally, step 6 is to write about a CURLE or a career-related learning experience. This is any unpaid activity where you are learning more about a career. This can be community service, any guest speakers that come and talk about their jobs to any of your classes, career highlight days, job shadows, college visits, and anything else that relates to learning more about a career. You will write a paragraph, no more than 400 words, save the information, and exit back to your checklist. And that will conclude your grade 10 activities.